April 5th, 1945. The war with Nazi Germany nears its end thanks to the tireless work in secret of the Allies' top military asset. In an underground bunker beneath the streets of London, Mobius Squadron jump through fixed points in time to alter the course of history. Knowledge is power, and the ability to stop dead the German war effort proved the key to victory. The Third Reich's plans thwarted before they even began, the Allies were able to push back the German forces and mount a counter-offensive that would see the end of the war in Europe. Now, as we race to Berlin, Adolf Hitler mounts a last-ditch scheme to regain control. Sleeper agents embedded in the corridors of power strike at the heart of London, at the key to the war effort, at Mobius Command. Live now. Hello, everyone. Welcome in to Mobius Command. It is a Thrilling Tales x Savage Worlds actual play, and I am the Time Master, Nick, and I am joined by some really wonderful people. Starting off in that direction because my camera's not flipped. Starting off with Philip Shrewd, played by Cara Fruit. Say hi, Cara.
Hi, Cara.
I should have known. Felicity Wolfe, played by played by Aaron Brioche. Say hi, Aaron.
Wait, so if you're the Time Master, where are the Sage and Parsley Masters?
I swear to God, I will end the stream. Chase Rockharte, played by Al Wyvern.
Hi.
Hey, I did it. And Dr. Felix Pardalis, played by Ben Newman.
Hey.
And last and certainly not least, and brand new to this session, but with a character that has pre-existed, we have Rizolka playing Miss Birkensleigh. That way.
So are you going to Scarborough Fair, or am I going to have to go there by myself?
God damn it! Anyway, welcome in. I'll do a little recap and then we will get going. At the height of the Second World War, 4 new recruits, plucky librarian Felicity, knockout brawler Phillip, debonair adventurer Chase, and genius inventor, in quotes, Dr. Felix, are summoned to a secret subterranean base beneath the heart of London. All of those are in quotes. There, they are hastily inducted into Mobius Command, a division with the strange mission to turn the tide of the war by twisting time itself. They're warned by the group's leader, Brigadier Commander Sir Charles Edward Bainbridge Throop of the Shipton under Wychwood Bainbridge Throops, not to be confused with the scurrilous Bainbridge Throops from Stoke Mandeville, to be wary of paradoxes, and to never travel to the future. But before Sir Charles can finish, Mobius Command agent Tommy Tanner is revealed to be a Nazi spy, aided by the devious Miss Birkensleigh. The pair release mustard gas and open the doors to Mobius HQ for a squadron of Nazi soldiers. Rushing against the clock, our brave heroes push for the time chamber, throwing grenades, weird science, an entire tank, and most potently of all, Philip Shrewd's fists at the Nazis in their way. But Miss Birkensleigh is ahead of all of them. Reaching the time chamber before Dr. Felix, she pulls a gun and fires 2 shots into his chest, a near-fatal wound. Luckily, Felicity is able to pull him through the time portal just as Chase Rockharte slips the clutch on a Churchill tank and barrels it past them, with Philip not long behind them. They land hard in hot sand and dry grasses, the heat suffocating. Across the river rise ancient mastabas, the precursors to the pyramids, twisted by the touch of Nazi flags. 5,000 years into the past, and the fight is far from over. All right, everyone. First of all, Felicity, you are the only one with the historical knowledge to recognize where you are. Would you like to tell the rest of the group?
Okay, so Felicity sort of picks herself up. Obviously, the good doctor's been a bit worse for wear, so she sort of lifts him up, and then she looks around, realizes where she is, and slowly starts inhaling. Do you realize where we are?
No. In a desert? In a tank?
This is a Bidos. Sorry. We're pretty sure it would be pronounced Abjidu, not a Bidos. That's besides the point. It's one of the most important archaeological sites in Egypt, or will be. It's been will be continually inhabited for at least 3,000 years. It's the location of everything. Ancient temples. Some legend even say Osiris himself, the god of the afterlife, was buried here.
I bet they don't have a good bottle of scotch, though.
Well, even if they did, it wouldn't matter. In the modern day, it's just been replaced by modern housing. We need to find an architect. Now.
What are you people talking about, and why are you in heaven with me?
We need to find an architect. Yes, we're in heaven. We need an architect now.
There's a heavy thud behind you, and falling from a blue portal in the sky is Miss Birkensleigh.
Goodness gracious me. What a strange business we've all just been through. Are you all right?
Felicity already has a crossbow pointed at her.
Philip is very
killer.
I look for my gun.
Felicity, you get a Benny for the recitation of all that info I info dumped on you yesterday.
What's going on here?
Don't shoot me again!
Me?
Or
Shoot
me.
you? Why would I shoot any of you?
Because you already did 3 times.
What?
And a couple of
No.
us.
And Felix is like feeling around for the bullet holes and like the blood, and he's actually just fine.
Oh, he's not completely fine. Like it hurts. You're not dead.
Well, yeah, like fine as in not bleeding out.
Yeah,
Got a hole in my favorite hat.
yeah. Your lab coat's torn as well.
Well, where am I going to get another one of these around here?
Oh, you're
Well, there are actually expert cotton weavers around here, so I need to ask them about their techniques.
Sorry, did you say we're in Egypt?
Yes.
Yes, that does appear to be where we are.
What are you doing here?
Well,
What are we doing here?
That's also a valid question.
Didn't
I
have anything
realize
up
you're
with a
new
grenade.
to the team, but time travel is a thing. And we're in a lot of shit right now.
Yeah,
Oh, it's
that old
real.
talking about it.
What do you mean? We just fought the Nazis together.
No. You're the Nazis.
What?
Yeah, lady. You gotta explain yourself.
That is offensive.
Yes, it was. It was quite offensive.
Yes.
I don't. Okay, so, we met this morning. I showed you around. You went in and spoke to Mr. C. I was sitting at my desk, and then suddenly I heard a racket in the pipes, like someone was dealing with the thermostat for something. And then suddenly, Philip, you just burst out of the room, and followed by Miss Felicity. And, oh my goodness, did you know that you bumped into the scientist division? He was carrying something which exploded. I don't know what happened. It just scattered all over the floor. And you just bundled past. I had no idea what was happening. And I'm just looking at Mr. C through the door, just being like, what is going on, sir? And he said, follow them. They've realized something. So I've just started following you down the corridor, and you start arguing with Tommy about a tank and about Nazis, and then suddenly it all goes to hell. Half the crew around the area just suddenly turn around and pull out guns, and we just start going at it. Luckily, Mr. C said I had to learn gun training so that I could help out. And so many things just went down. Tommy's dead. Oh my God. We were going to be going to chess club this weekend.
Tommy was
then
shooting the crew.
Yeah, compared to explain this hole in my hat.
Well, yes,
That
that was
Nazi.
after Chase started calling him a Nazi, and then he just suddenly went mad.
It's not how I
I'm
recall.
sorry, did this not happen for any of you? Wait a minute. I think. Did Mr. C explain anything about paradoxes?
Well, he certainly tried.
He said they fix themselves.
So, if my understanding of this nonsense chronology science is accurate, it sounds like you're from a different timeline from us.
Yes.
Because our experience of this morning was that we were the Mobius Command was Mobius Command was invaded by Nazis.
It's not mobbing time. It's never mobbing time.
It's Arendt's fault. The Nazis came into Mobius Command, and you were on their side. Tommy was on their side. You shot me several times just outside the portal, and then we ended up somehow here. I thought I was dead. Apparently, I am not. This is mighty sore, though.
Well, it sure looked like death.
I think I can help with that because I did manage to bring my backpack with me. And what is in my backpack? I think there is a kit. Pardon me.
Do you have anything in there for gunshot wounds?
I have a first aid kit and a canteen and a whistle. It's not a great whistle. I only spent $2 on it.
$2 on a whistle? That's
$2 in 1940 was a lot of money.
I know. It was a bit of a rip-off. I bought them in bulk and I thought it was a good deal. And
She got it from Harrods.
Mr. C. Yes.
Oh, it's diamond crusted.
No, you'd think that would make it better, but it actually makes it worse than the whistling. Okay, how do I use my first aid kit? Oh my goodness, I need to remember my training.
Does healing work in this game?
Okay, let me get you the rules for healing. But first of all, a Benny for Miss Birkensleigh as well, because that was fantastic. Very good.
I spent a lot of time at one point because I wasn't sure what paradox we were going to go with. So I was like, well, maybe Felicity kicked a grenade into the wall. That's how she got access to the things. And I was like, no, let's just make it Tommy. Tommy's easy.
Yeah.
And you agreed.
Or Tommy just getting a terrible reputation.
While we're on the subject of
my partner in chess club,
other things I need to clear up, Chase, the tank that you have been briefly learning to drive, you realize it only has enough fuel probably for a few more operations. So the way this works is vehicles have a fuel level that is rated in just sort of descriptive categories from very high, low, and out. The Churchill's tank is high. Every time you use it for something, that drops a level.
Yep.
So that includes if you take it with you on a long journey, that's going to drop at a level. If you use it in combat, that's going to drop at a level. So you get the feeling you're going to need to find fuel, which is a difficult thing to do 3000 BC Egypt.
Well, if we came to find some Nazis, we'll need some fuel to blow them up.
Yeah.
We'll just spare them.
That's right. I'm sure the Egyptians are good at pushing things around.
So, to
Healing.
remove some wounds, you could roll the healing skill. And subtract 1 if you don't have a first aid kit, basically.
Okay, I do not have a healing skill, but I have a first aid kit.
If you don't have a healing skill, you'll subtract 2, I'm afraid.
For what it's worth, Felicity will speak up and say, "Oh, I know how to use those."
Okay, well, I'll pass it to her.
Okay, so you make me a healing roll, please.
Yeah. My healing is a D6, so that's a D6 plus the wild die. Is that right?
That's right. As you are a wild card.
The wild die has exploded.
That's good.
Nice.
That's a total of 10.
Okay, so with a raise, you remove 2 wounds.
Oh, nice, because I had 3.
Yep, so that brings you down to 1 wound. Other people may also make this attempt now. They can try
I'm
that.
Fine.
Just don't critical failure, because you'll increase the number of wounds. But there we go. Yeah, so you're able to stitch up Dr. Felix and stop most of the bleeding. He's still pretty wounded, though. He's still going to have a bit of difficulty moving and all that, but as things go, not bad for a first aid kit on 2 bullet holes.
Marvelous what they put in these kids these days.
Yeah, Chase is just going to look over to Felicity and say, I'll give you this first aid kit for that coat.
Did you say codes?
Coat, the gun. The one I asked you to pick up on the way.
Oh, right, yeah.
Yeah.
Felicity hands over your gear and accepts the first aid kit.
Okay.
Now she has 3 of them, I guess.
Yeah.
Unless Miss Birkensleigh takes hers back.
That's more than she has grenades.
I was just gonna say that's more first aid kits than grenades. Yep.
Yeah. So,
Is there a limit to how often a first aid kit can be used?
yep, once. Well,
Okay,
no,
okay,
a first aid
okay.
kit is infinite, but how often you can use it on a person is once per day.
Okay. So I can use each of these separate first aid kits on someone 3 times.
As in, a person may only receive healing once per day.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Having multiple healing kits is not really that helpful.
Hopefully we're not going to be in a world war.
I'm sure it'll be fine. It's all right. You've all reasonably prepared for the. Oh, sorry. Each first aid kit has 3 uses. It says on the equipment list.
Okay.
I'm sure you're all fully prepared for the gun war that you found yourselves in.
Oh, Chase has
Hey,
a gun.
I picked up my backpack on the way through. That was
Yep.
fully prepared.
I actually have 2 guns if somebody else has the shooting skill.
You can fire a gun if you don't have the shooting skill.
True. Just don't do it near me.
All right. So you now know the situation. You can see
That's if you trust me.
Abydos, also known as Abjadu. You can see that in the distance. It's over the river. It's quite far away. So you're going to have to travel there. What we're going to do is we're going to run something called an interlude. An interlude is a bit like a montage. Basically, you don't have to take part, but if you do, you get a Benny. What I will do is draw a card for each participating character. And the suit will give them the prompt. They will have a choice between downtime, backstory, or trek. Trek will be easiest, as you are literally doing a trek, but you can fit all the others in, and you just tell us a little story that fits the prompt, okay? So, who would like a Benny? And again, you don't all have to participate. If you're not feeling it, you don't have to.
Yep.
Okay, so I'll draw one for Chase. Anyone else?
I'll go as well.
Me.
Draw one
I'll
for
go,
Miss
but I would not like to go
Birkensleigh.
first.
Draw one for Felicity. Draw one for Phillip. Okay. So, Chase, yours is the 6 of clubs. Now, clubs, your downtime is your hero broods or is angry about something. What is it, and how do they misbehave? Sorry, I've got to deal with the fact that Savage Worlds is very weird about pronouns. Backstory. A tale of misfortune from your hero's past, perhaps revealing something of their hindrances or a dark secret. Or trek. A hardship the party overcame on their trip. The tragic death of a favoured extra. Probably not going to happen. You don't have one of those. Spoiled or lost supplies. A mechanical breakdown. Abysmal weather. And so on. So think on that and describe a scene. It has no mechanical effects other than you get a Benny. Meanwhile, I will describe Miss Birkensleigh, the 9 of Hearts. Downtime, you practice a skill. What is it? Backstory, a tale of your greatest love, lost, found, present, or waiting on you back home. Or trek, how the party endured a trying hardship on the journey. Then, Felicity, you have clubs again, so this is your brooding in downtime. About something. What is it? And how do you behave? Your backstory is a tale of misfortune from your past, perhaps revealing something of your hindrances or a dark secret. Or your trek is a hardship that the party overcame on the trip. And finally, Philip Shrewd, yours is spades. Your downtime is... Your character spends time alone in quiet contemplation. What do they do? Your backstory is a great victory or personal triumph, or your trek is a difficult obstacle that the group negotiated along the way. And now we'll go back to Al with Chase. So, what are you thinking?
So Chase is going to have a conversation with Felicity.
Okay.
It can involve other players, can it, I presume?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, cool. So Chase, in the downtime when people are sorting stuff out or whatever, Chase will go over to Felicity when they're on their own for like a little quiet chat. Going to kind of keep it casual, but he's obviously got something on his mind. And it's just so he's going to say, Felicity, do you have a moment?
Oh, certainly.
I want to talk to you about the comment you made back in Mobius Command. You were upset about the book.
We can't be calling it Mobius Command.
I did not.
Just in a hard day's work of Mobiusing out.
Hashtag Morbius life. I just wanted to clear something up. I get that you were upset that the text was lost back in that business in the sewers, but under the bridge. But client had hired me to find his close relative, his wife, and it was the only way to get her out alive. I am sorry that the book was lost, but my priority had to be the life. You know, I'm loyal to the clients.
I suppose you're right. But still, I do remember the disappointment when I realised. Oh,
Yeah.
I'm sure I'll find another source eventually.
One will turn up. Should you require some of my skills after all this, I might fit you into my calendar. Work something out.
Okay.
Well,
Have a
it would be
Benny.
lovely to go on an expedition.
Over to Miss Birkensleigh.
Yes, well, I think I'd probably start talking, this would be backstory,
Okay.
about just in general how great Mr. C is, and also how, because I'm reminded, just because this is the longest mission I've actually been on without Mr. C, and just continually just being like, oh, you know, Mr. C, he's just wonderful. There's no one quite like him. Didn't you realize that? Did you feel that when you were talking with him, that he just knows everything? He's just wonderful.
I love that. Have a Benny. Felicity.
Thank you.
Okay, Felicity is still talking to Chase,
Okay.
and she says, well, as long as we're sharing, maybe I should get... can I ask you, do you believe in the occult?
Well, I've seen some things I can't explain. I don't know if I'd call myself a believer, but there's something going on.
Hang on, let me show you something. And she pulls out a coin from her pocket. It's just like a 50... Well, no. Wait, when was decimal currency released?
Let's not worry about that, but it was after
Okay.
April 2.
Yeah.
It's a shilling.
Yeah,
Let's say it's a shilling.
1964
She
in
just pulls
Australia.
out a shilling. Okay, call this... Cool, heads or tails. If you get it right, you can keep this. And she flips it in the air.
You call heads.
She reveals it's tails.
All right.
Again,
Heads.
it's a tails. And
All
again,
right. Heads.
tails.
So
This is not really
Next-
proving whether this is a cult or whether this is just a double-tailed coin.
And she dismisses it to confirm it's an actual coin.
some sort of magic trick.
I'm not sure.
I mean,
When I first started, I read a book
you do a lot of reading.
said to be cursed. Don't I just? It said if you recite an incantation, you make a deal with the devil himself with luck. But that's ridiculous, isn't it?
Well, deal with the devil for a coin is a bit of a cheap deal.
It doesn't just apply to coins.
Well, I mean, you were lucky with those grenades, though I'm not sure what to say. That is the devil's work.
I was lucky getting a crossbow past the constabulary in the middle of London.
I've got to say, I was pretty impressed. I had to use a contact to get my cult through.
All right, we're going to go to Philip Shrewd and have your Benny, please, Bree. That was great.
So Philip's I'm gonna go with I think it was the downtime. That was the sitting in contemplation. He's sort of thinking over where and when we are now. Everything that happened with Miss Birkensleigh. Starts to think to himself, I don't understand what's going on here. But I think you said there were like Nazi flags in the distance. You said in the it's like, so he's thinking, well, I may not understand what's fully going on. There's Nazis, gonna punch every last one.
Oh, hell yeah. Have a Benny. All right. Very nice. Yeah, so you make it to the Jewel of the Nile. Abydos, or Abjadu as the locals pronounce it. Because they named the place. And Abydos is actually a Greek island somewhere else. British Museum gonna British Museum. Anyway. You arrive to find the area is festooned with red banners with Nazi symbols on. You don't see swastikas here. Instead, on the sort of standard red banner with the white circle in, you see a black ankh. A symbol that Felicity, certainly you would know, symbolizes essentially a bunch of things, fertility, but also godhood. And has clearly been corrupted by the Nazis, but then that's what the Nazis do, isn't it?
Yeah, Felicity's just gritting her teeth, glaring at it.
You rumble into town on the tank. The tank now is at low fuel. But yeah,
I can't help but feel like this was a bad idea.
Well, you see, you're
Okay.
not the only one with vehicles. You see that surprisingly through the town, where you would expect carts drawn by camels, oxen, and horses, instead you are seeing Nazi officers driving in trucks up and down. They have not been careful here to keep the, I suppose, temporal ecosystem to itself. They are treading very heavily, but then they do wear those big boots, don't they?
Oh, that's a hell of a thing. Chase is going to take out his camera and take some snaps.
Yeah, take some snaps.
Get some evidence, I guess. So, this time travel business, maybe there's something to it.
Oh yeah, maybe there is something to it. You walk past someone who is carving hieroglyphics into an obelisk, and I'm going to put, and this is sadly just for the Discord, so this won't be available on stream, but I'm going to put an image that is a genuine set of hieroglyphics into the Mobius Command chat, and these are from Abydos as well. I've done my research. Can you tell me if you think you see a tank, a plane, and a helicopter in that image? Because that's genuine. That's real. Yeah, and also a massive moth, I think.
That's
real.
Gigantic moth.
Yeah, this is from Pacific Rim, Nick.
No, this is from Abydos, the real Abydos.
That's impressive.
They presume it's something else, but legitimately
It's so weird that
there's
they
a
found
tank in there.
hieroglyphics in a Greek island.
God damn it, not that real Abydos. Anyway,
And a blimp.
you come in, and the first thing you will know you need is more information. What do you do to get that?
I think we should grab one of these Nazis and ask them a few pointed questions.
Perhaps it would be easy to ask the locals.
Yeah,
That's what I was thinking. The locals seem like a good plan.
Are there actually Nazi soldiers that we're seeing?
There are soldiers that you're seeing, but there are locals as well. It's not like the area's been completely replaced. There are plenty of locals that are doing building work and all that. You can see that there's actually a large mastaba, which is the sort of precursor to pyramids. Pyramids would come much later in the timeline, sort of being constructed outside of Abydos. And there are, there's all sorts of people. There's fishers, there's weavers, freshers, stoneworkers, farmers as well, because you're near the Nile, so you've actually got quite a lot of arable farmland here.
How is everyone reacting to us just trundling into town on a tank?
They're not that surprised anymore. The Nazis are, if they spot you. What I'm going to say is that you have been able to see far enough ahead that you can just stop early if you want. Because you've seen Nazi tanks as well, and tanks multiple. So you know that if you just roll up in a tank, they will shoot you to pieces.
Let's think about this. It's a hell of a tank, but I don't think we'll stand against 2 or 3 of the Nazis.
Yes, and you have only just learned how to operate this machinery.
And
I'm a quick learner.
I gotta stress, still can only barely operate this machinery. It's a D4 in the driving skill. This isn't a D12 or anything.
No.
And I'm not sure that any of us can really operate the turrets or the armories, the armaments of it particularly well.
Not yet. Well, we need some practice.
Indeed.
Do you recall last time? I think you said it's supposed to be manned by like half a dozen people.
Yeah. One thing you do know is that obviously if you're seeing tanks rolling about, if you're seeing trucks and jeeps, they've got to have fuel somewhere.
Is there somewhere we can park the tank behind an outlying building?
Yeah, there's plenty of places you can hide the tank. It is not...
Find a tarp.
The area is not that shallow here. There's actually quite a few places where you can hide things. And you're able to do that quite easily. Yeah, plus you're actually quite lucky. This Churchill is desert camo because it was intended for the Africa campaign.
Of course.
Okay, everyone, I'll be right back. And Felicity immediately heads to town because I've got the curious hindrance major.
Yep, off you go. That's a Benny.
I would follow
Chase is
suit as
gonna
well,
follow.
just because I speak the language of the
Yep.
locals.
Okay. Chase, what were you saying?
Chase is going to follow out of loyalty to his friends.
Okay, you're going to follow out of loyalty.
Or
What are
not.
Philip Shrewd and Dr. Felix Pardalis up to?
I mean,
I guess Felix will just follow just because everyone else is, and he
Yep.
doesn't know what's going on.
You don't want to be lost in Egypt 3000 BC without not knowing the language or anything. Yeah.
I guess I'm going to be needing an interpreter at least.
and the people who spoke the language just went that way, so let's go that way.
Yes.
That sounds good. Okay, so you all head into town and you find a group of farmers. No, stone cutters, we're going to say. A group of stone cutters who are walking away from a Nazi checkpoint, shaking their heads, and they're grumbling. And Felicity and probably not Miss Birkensleigh here, because you don't know ancient Egyptian, but Felicity does. Felicity, you can hear them grumbling that they have been essentially dismissed from a contract that they'd already won. They'd won the contract to supply the stone to the mastaba, and now they've been turned away. So they're angry. They're upset. Obviously, they're not going to voice it too loudly because you know what happens to people who are upset with the Nazis. But they are still grumbling. This could be a prime opportunity to get some information.
Hey, Felicity's going to look towards them and say, in ancient Egyptian, "Having a bad day, gentlemen?"
Say that again. These outsiders, we had the contract for the stone to build the great mastaba to Osiris. And now they're saying it is not needed. Stone is the wrong material.
wrong material, but that's...
They want to use wood, but wood won't last. Wood won't last at all. Osiris will be offended.
No, it wouldn't last for millennia at all.
I worry that we are going to bring Osiris's wrath down on us. And my beloved Tahemet. She is with child. I must have Osiris's blessing. Osiris being the god of fertility, partly.
Yeah.
Also, Tahemet, ancient Egyptian for Queenie. They loved nicknames, apparently.
Any idea why they've made this change? It doesn't make a lot of sense.
They're digging up the old tombs. They
Digging
said
them
they
up?
wanted. Yeah, they wanted. They said they were reburying them with the honor they deserve in their own mastaba instead of in the necropolis.
But they do that.
They can do
Should
whatever
they
they
even
want.
be allowed?
It shouldn't be allowed. And yet,
Can't anyone do anything about it? How many are they?
hundreds. It's the royal necropolis as well. It's where they recently buried Nama. Felicity, you would know Nama is one of the most famous ancient kings of this period. The person who united Egypt.
She literally says that out loud in English so Miss Birkensleigh can hear it.
Maybe we'd have better luck
With
the other outsider, the one angry with them.
do you know where we can find this outsider?
They point over by the Nile. Abydos is a bit further, is like a bit inland from the Nile, and then there's just a lot of farmland in that direction. They point to the direction of the farms and said, "Last I heard, the outsiders had her tied up."
Oh, while I'm asking, the fuel that the outsiders put in their vehicles, do you know if they've left any lying around anywhere?
Great stockpiles. They've left great stockpiles by the mastaba. They are using some great engine to dig, to rip up the sand and the earth below. And it is very thirsty. You'll perhaps find some there.
Thank you. Wish I could do something to help you.
Maybe we will in the long run.
Maybe you already will. Maybe you already are.
And I guess that's probably it.
Yep,
I guess
you have
it's
two
on you,
leads.
so.
You have two leads.
Yeah, I turn around and I reiterate this to Miss Birkensleigh. I don't know if the rest have caught up yet.
Oh, they're all with you. They're all with you. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
I would say that
I'll-
even though I don't speak Egyptian, like ancient Egyptian, because I know Arabic, I'd probably be like here and there, be like, oh yes, I'm getting slight gists.
There is very little overlap, unfortunately.
Oh yes.
So you're getting like one word
like-
occasionally.
Yeah, I'm just like, okay. I heard outsiders, and that seems like a good start to me. I think.
They've apparently got someone opposed to them tied up somewhere. Sounds like someone who might know what's going on.
Might want
Read it.
And
Okay.
they've also got a stockpile of petrol near the digging site.
Maybe we should procure one of the trucks. be able to get close, load up with fuel if needed.
Perhaps we should acquire some local garb.
Yes. That would be a very good idea, I think. I'm feeling a bit bare around my chest, if you understand.
Cut to every Hollywood movie in Egypt, where you find yourself in a bazaar that is for some reason unusually dense and full of people, despite it being set quite a long time in the past. And there's a lot of beautiful fabrics, no purples. Yellows, creams, green as well. Sort of a faint green, but...
I can't help but notice that we don't have any local currency.
I suppose modern British might help us here.
Am I allowed to use stealth to sneakily pull off some cloths here and there? And
You could try to do some stealing, some thievery.
Would Felicity presumably know what is used as currency in ancient Egypt?
It is primarily a barter system.
Well, they use the barter system around here, so if we've got something we could trade.
What kind of things does it seem like they like to barter for?
All sorts. So thievery is its own skill, Miss Birkensleigh. You can attempt to use stealth, but I'll do it with a -2 penalty.
Okay. That's a 6, so the -2 would be 4.
Okay. Are you a D8 on your stealth then?
No, sorry. I have not rolled for this yet, so I'm a D6 for stealth.
But you got a 6.
Yes.
So what happens when you get the maximum number on your die is it explodes, which means you roll it again and add it to the previous number.
That's a 5.
So that's a total of 11. So that's a success with a raise, because all you got to beat is a 4. By the way, whenever you roll a check, because you're a wild card, you add a D6 alongside it, and you choose the highest of the two results. The D6 can also explode. It's called your wild die.
No.
So you quickly steal some clothes and no one spots. You're able to get enough for both you and one other person. Your choice of who?
Felicity. I found some very demure clothes for women, so we won't stand out too much.
Very respectful.
Yeah. Presumably, Felicity would know what the ancient Egyptian equivalent of a tank top and jeans is.
This being a pulp adventure, they are still shockingly revealing.
Oh no!
Yeah.
Oh no, we're being
Felicity
angry
has like a headband.
Miss Birkensleigh, you can have a Benny.
Excellent.
Oh,
by the way, with these bennies, you can use them to re-roll checks and do many other things.
Miss Wolfe, maybe you know some more about the culture of this area than I would. What could I exchange at one of these bazaar stalls?
Okay. How much would Felicity know about what's sort of valuable for trading around here?
I mean, of modern appliances, probably nothing is valuable here. Like, none of your clothes are going to be particularly good here because they're not meant for hot weathers. It's going to be tricky to do a trade. You maybe trade the tank.
Might need that later.
Would they be
You could
interested
always
in
I
ask.
might be able to.
You know,
I'm
this
thinking
is the barter system. You could actually barter to find out what the price is.
I guess I'm thinking of like I could find something potentially that I could then trade, but I'd like need an idea of what I want to find.
Yeah.
Chase is going to take out his flashlight and see if that can impress the locals. It's got a few
Oh, that's great. Yeah.
size D batteries in it.
Yeah, they'll happily trade that for local clothes. So you get some local cloves.
Enough for Dr. Pardalis and myself.
If you want that, then we're going to need a roll. You're
all
going to need to convince them. So give me a persuasion roll, please.
I have a very good persuasion, so let's do
well.
that.
Get me
So
2
let's roll
raises
that.
and you can have enough for Philip as well.
Right. I got 6 on my D6. That's higher than the other dice, the D10.
That explodes.
So let's hope for the best. No, that's a 1.
It's a 1. So you get enough cloves for yourself.
But
And you get some for
one-
Dr. Felix.
But I'm charismatic, so I get 1 free reroll on persuasion roll.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna
Yeah.
reroll the D10. No, I have to reroll the D6 in this case, don't I? Because that's the one that exploded.
You can choose which one you reroll.
Yeah, let's reroll the D10 and see if that does any better than that. And it didn't. I rerolled it. I rolled a 3 again, so I got a success. No way.
It's unfortunate.
That's okay.
Yeah, but you get enough for yourself and Dr. Felix.
Oh, excellent. I shall
Because you succeeded on your persuasion there. You just didn't get a raise.
No. So, flashlight is taken out of my inventory.
Okay, that leaves just Philip.
Thank you very much, Chase. Maybe I can do something in return for you later.
I appreciate it.
Philip, as we might remember, has a shovel.
That'd
potentially
be
of any
good.
use?
It's a well-made shovel, yeah. They'll happily trade that for some cloves, absolutely, because it's a well-made, it's well-constructed. Like that's something that's going to be very helpful. So yeah, you've all got cloves. So now you have the choice. What are you going to go after? Are you going to try to head to the mastaba and get the fuel, or are you going to go and check out this potential collaborator?
Well, I think we could check out. We could have a conversation with this collaborator and then move on to the fuel afterwards, if necessary.
Yes, the collaborator may be able to assist us in getting the fuel.
Could do.
They also might be in danger. Sounds like they were captured.
Yeah.
I think
Yes,
anyone
yes, we
opposed to
should
the
worry about
Nazis
someone's
deserve
danger
help.
as well.
Absolutely. Okay, so you head off in the direction you were told, and it's not long before you find where the Nazis must surely be, and where this collaborator must surely be tied up, because, well, it's pretty obvious. There is a Spitfire parked on the field outside of an old barn.
Base is quite taken with it.
A Spitfire, of course, being a British World War II plane.
Beautiful.
Hi, George. What are they doing with one of our vehicles?
And stood outside the barn are 10 Nazi soldiers. Now, we are going to resolve this with the quick encounter rules. So, what I want from each of you is a roll of something you're going to do to try and get rid of Nazis. Obviously, fighting is a common one. Shooting is a common one. But you can try other things as well. Whatever feels right for you. And we will narrate the results based on how that goes. Don't forget you've got bennies. And they, if you don't knock them out completely, they will fire back.
Okay. And Felicity Wolfe open up by rushing towards them, shouting in German about some vague issue somewhere else that they're needed for.
Okay, so that sounds like I'm just double checking. I think it's persuasion, isn't it?
And Birkensley is translating for the rest of the group.
Can Chase follow and be intimidating?
Okay, you're going to try intimidation. Sounds good. Okay, what about Philip Shrewd?
You have to ask. I'm gonna punch.
Oh hell yes. Okay.
Could I apply frenzy to this roll, or would that only be in a non?
What are the rules of
scenario?
frenzy again?
That's a good question. As a limited action, you may roll a second fighting die with any one of your fighting attacks for the turn. May be allocated to the same or different targets as you see fit. Resolve each separately.
You can. That sounds good.
Okay.
Miss Birkensleigh?
I'm gonna back up Felicity, since I also speak German, and I also, if I need to help intimidate, I have a +2 to intimidation and persuasion rolls with shady or criminal types.
Okay, what we're going to do is we're going to wait until we have both Felicity and Chase's results, and whichever one is the worst one, you can assist them with an aid. So aid lets you up their result.
Lovely.
And lastly, and certainly not leastly, what is Dr. Felix Pardalis going to do about these Nazis?
He's assuming that things are going to go south in this encounter, and he's cobbling together some sort of smoke grenade or flashbang sort of device to give them some cover advantage.
Okay, that sounds very cool. Okay, so we'll do that if shit hits the fan. So let's start with Felicity Wolfe and Chase Rockharte, who are combining persuasion and intimidation to try and sort of draw away a bunch of the Nazis from the hideout, which will hopefully give Philip Shrewd a much better time at punching the remainder.
Okay, I've got a d6 in persuasion, so that's going to be 2d6s.
Mm-hmm. Chase, roll yours at the same time, and then we'll narrate the results.
That's an exploding die.
Uh-oh.
7.
7 is good, so that's going to be contested against the Nazis' spirit, which is just a 2, so you have beaten it, and you've beaten it with 1 raise. Okay, 2 Nazis are gone. Chase, what's next?
Ooh, you're gonna like this. Exploding D10. That's 11.
11. Contested by Spirit. They got a 6, which explodes. 9. So it is a success. A third Nazi is gone. Miss Birkensleigh, you may now assist one of them. So roll either persuasion or intimidation, whichever one you want to assist with.
All right, I'm gonna go with persuasion. That is exploded. That's
Okay.
6. And another 2, so that's 8.
8 is a success with a raise, which means you add +4 to one of them, which is going to automatically add another raise. So that's a third Nazi gone. Dr. Felix a fourth Nazi gone, sorry. Fourth Nazi gone. There are 6 remaining. Dr. Felix Pardalis, you unleash your smoke grenade.
Okay.
So roll your wild not wild magic. Your weird science. Roll your weird science.
So I am using 5 power points for this with a +2 for the area effect modifier.
Okay.
And an extra +1 for it to be selective, so it's not going to blind my my friends.
Very nice.
Okay, so this is a D12, a D6. Oh dear. Oh wait, that's 4. Yeah, 4 works, right? Yeah. Oh no, it's -2. I will use a Benny.
Use a Benny, yeah.
Because this is gadget, it's a -2 on the roll.
This is a gadget, it's a -2. Yeah, use a Benny.
Oh no, which doesn't help, and I got a 1, so yeah.
Did you get a 1 on both dice?
I did not get a 1 on both dice.
Okay, good. So it's not a critical failure. You can, yeah. I mean, you can use another Benny if you want.
Yeah, fuck it. Why not?
I'm just trying to get rid of all your Bennies before the main
Oh,
fight.
that's a 10.
That's a 10.
So 8 total.
Okay, 8
So
total.
that's with a raise.
Success with a raise. Yeah.
That gives a -4 penalty to actions of anyone who's any of the victims.
-4 penalty for the victims. Okay, Philip Shrewd, you're in.
All right.
You got you got Nazis to punch. There's 6 left, but they are blind.
That is a terrible roll, so I'm going to spend a Benny.
Okay.
Terrible roll, but not a crit failure, I should say.
Yeah.
That is moderately better. Oh yeah, plus I get the +2 for Moxie. So that is, I have 2 6s, which would become 8, are my best 2 of the 3.
Okay. 8 is a success with a raise. It's not a success with a raise. Their toughness is 5. I forgot. Oh, sorry, their parry is 5. However, I will say that takes out another Nazi. We're down to 5. The Nazis now get to strike back, but they're going to have -4 at this. So it's going to be 1 against each and every one of you. Okay, first up, Phillip Shrewd. The shooting result is a 4. Which is
against
success.
Fairy, or that's right, shooting.
Yeah,
so
it's
just
against 4. Oh no, it's -4. It's a 0. It's a 0 because Dr. Felix Pardalis has blinded them. Ha ha ha. Number 2 is even less. It's a -2. Number 3 is a 6. So this one's going against Chase Rockharte because I'm going Phillip Shrewd, Felicity Wolfe, Chase Rockharte, Dr. Felix, and then Miss Birkensleigh. So against Chase Rockharte, this is a 6, which explodes for an 11. -4 is a mere 7, so it is a success, but not a success with a raise. So we've got a hit on Chase Rockharte. Then against Felix Pardalis, we have a 1, which is not going to hit because it's actually a -3. And then against Miss Birkensleigh, we've got a 6, which explodes to a 7. -4, it becomes 3, which is a miss. So only Chase Rockharte
Excellent.
gets hit. This is 2d6 damage, which has got to beat your toughness, Chase. That is 9. What's your toughness?
7.
7. Okay, but not beats it with a raise. So that's okay as things go, because that just means you're shaken. You're not wounded. You're just shaken. You can, of course, immediately spend a penny to drop the shaken status. But as things go, not too bad. And we'll go back to everyone again gets to take out these Nazis. There's 6 remaining. 5 remaining. 5 remaining. Anyone who would like to go first, go first.
I will punch one.
Yep, absolutely. You just get back in, you know. You
That
got
will
you got
be a 10.
a 10. Hell yeah. That's a success with a raise. I'm going to say you take out 2 Nazis. There are 3 left.
Miss Birkensleigh's going to take out her cult detective.
Yes.
And go for a shoot.
Okay.
That is a 6, so that's exploded,
Very nice.
and that's another 5.
Okay, so 11. That's a success with at least 1 raise. So you take out... 11 is a success with... Yeah, just 1 raise. So you take out another 2 Nazis. There's 1 left. Felicity and Chase, what are you doing? Team up attack.
Crossbow.
Crossbow, I like it. Yeah.
Yeah.
And Chase, how are you responding? You shooting?
It's shaken. I'm trying to remember what shaken does.
Shaken does nothing, but it means the next time you take a hit, you will be wounded.
Oh, in that case, it's gun time.
It's gun fun time.
It's gun fun time. So you draw your gun, you draw your Colt at the same time as Felicity draws the crossbow. It looks very epic. Let's have shooting attacks from both of you, and we'll see what happens to this last Nazi.
Okay, that's a 2, but I'm gonna spend a Benny's reroll.
Okay.
So exploding 6
Exploding 6.
with a 5, which is 11.
11. Okay. And Felicity?
That's an exploding D4.
Ooh.
Oh, exploded again.
Ooh.
Nice thing about rolling D4s, 1 in 4 chance.
Yeah.
Okay, that is a 10 total, and I've got the Moxie edge, so I get a +2 to that, so that's a 12.
So an 11 and a 12. Chase and Felicity both raise their weapons and shoot at the same time, hitting one in one eye and hitting the other eye as well. Like, poof, and the Nazi falls back. And you can hear muffled shouting from within the barn.
Can we walk into the barn?
Yeah, you can walk into the barn. Nothing stopping you.
Philip is very impulsive. He'll just run right in. And
Philip may
There's not-
already be in the barn, yeah.
That's true, yes.
There might have been Nazis in there to punch.
Exactly.
He'll go in with the gun raised. But the first thing he'll do is go and find a bottle of something and pour a drink.
Yeah, there's a woman there who has been tied up to a wooden post in the barn. She's wearing a British military uniform. She looks to be in her late 40s, and she is bound and gagged.
Oh, barn. I thought you said bar.
No.
Okay.
No, you're in a field.
Yeah.
Yeah, so Miss
ancient
Birkensleigh
Egypt.
with her, yes, Miss
Egyptians drank.
Birkensleigh with her suspicious mind, with her paranoia. Is there anything I can do in terms of notice to make sure that I feel that the sus? I want to see the sus vibes. If I notice anything around her that might be like, okay, no, she's actually a Nazi as well.
Okay, yeah, you can roll notice for that. That sounds great. That sounds like a great use for it.
That is a 6.
A 6. There is no evidence to suggest she's a spy. You think this one's on the level?
Okay. Good.
Hey.
Good. Always got to make sure.
Can I use academics to see if I sort of know who this might be? Because if she's potentially a pilot, she'd at least, at the very least, be an officer.
You don't know who this would be.
Okay.
I was gonna say, do I know who this is? Because if she's a
Miss
British
Birkensleigh,
officer,
you do know who this is.
because I was
Because
gonna
she's
say
a
I'm in my
Mobius
late
Command
40s
agent.
as well. Yeah,
She's a
I'm in my
Mobius
late
Command
40s
agent,
as well.
actually. So you recognize her from work. She's a colleague.
Yes, but considering things have gone badly with some of my colleagues lately, that's why I was on.
That's why you that's why you're being suspicious. You recognize this as the very angry, very put out that you've not untied her and ungagged her yet body of Group Captain Barbara St. John, ace pilot.
All right, I'm gonna go and untie him now. Barbara, I don't want to hurry you, but we've lost someone for the chess team.
Righto. Well, we'd better get back immediately then, shan't we? Would you mind untying my hands?
Yes, of course. Sorry.
All right, well, who wants to tell me what the bloody hell's going on in here? And someone fetch me a drink. God, I'm parched. I haven't had... No whiskey has touched these lips since the, was it the dance? The Mobius Command Christmas dance last year.
Yes, well, you know, we did have a lot of fun that time, but I do have some... I only have water, because you know what Mr. C says about drinking on the case.
That we should always do it at all times, yes.
No. He said if there's any risk, no drinking in field work.
Yes, there's no risk. Now, come on. Let's go find a beer or something. They brewed beer back in this time. I remember the dossier. Now, who wants to tell me what Nazis are doing here?
It appears to be
They appear to
excavating
be
something.
disrupting the local ecosystem and doing general Nazi shit.
Well, I don't care about the bloody ecosystem. I just hate Nazis.
Really?
A big hole.
I'd drink to that if we had a drink.
I must have
What
had
happened
one
to this
somewhere.
question?
And
Drinking in the field.
She starts fiddling for a pack. It's like, I swear I had a flask somewhere. You can't fly sober.
Miss Birkensleigh sighs and then passes her canteen.
She takes a heavy swig of it. Is the canteen filled with alcohol or water?
It's watered down alcohol.
She spits it out. What is this?
Look, I know what you're like, and I know what most of them are like. You get a little taste, but it's still hydrating.
I expected you to at least have some gin, Birkensleigh.
Well, there was some in the first aid kit, but it's been used. I don't think you want to drink that gin anymore, is all I'm saying.
She pulls out a pistol from the bag and says, right, stuffs it into a waistband. Should we go kill some Nazis?
Oh, yes, quite.
Good
All going on. Felix has completely ignored everything and is looking around for any like equipment. He'll probably take a good look at the plane, see what
Sure.
shape it's in.
The plane's in good
Barbara.
shape.
plane.
Yeah.
Barbara.
Hey, don't touch
before
that.
I
That's my
forget,
plane.
touch- Yes. Hey, Barbara, before we forget, these are the new recruits. We've had a bit of a mishap back at home. You remember Tommy, you know that boy that you were quite sweet on?
Oh, yes, we kissed at the Christmas party.
Yes, it turns out he was a Nazi.
Ah! Give me a bit more of that water, will you? She takes
Yes,
a
here you
swig
go.
and spits it on the ground. Can't be having that. Ugh. Disgusting.
Important note, though, he was a Nazi. He is no more.
Was? Oh, he got better. Oh,
yes.
he got better.
I mean, he did
Good
shoot
check.
this
In the way
man.
that Nazis get better, yes.
Which one of you did it?
Thank you for fascism.
That would have been me.
she walks over to you and gives you the stern, like the strongest strongest handshake that you've ever felt. Like you can feel your hands are strong, but they're kind of almost like the bones are cracking under the handshake. Very good to meet a fellow Nazi killer.
Barbara, you don't need to break everyone's hands. We've been through this.
What do you mean? It's just a normal handshake. Look, where I see it,
we're talking about this.
There's 6 of us now. There's only about 80 Nazis out there. We can probably take them, right?
Do you think you could get this bird in the air?
I can get her in the air. It's just not for long. Old Dickie's out of fuel. Well, I can fly one mission, and that's probably it.
One mission is all we need. We need to take down that big drill.
Well, all right, let's get to it. Tell you what, and she goes back to her bag and she pulls out 5 devices. These are radios. Like these things, they're only like short range, all right? So don't get too far away. But they'll let us communicate. I don't know if you've ever used one. We use them in the planes all the time. All of you are familiar with how these work.
I assume this would count as an electrical device.
It is an electrical device. Yes, it
Excellent.
is. But if you need me,
Barbara,
give me a call. I'll get the bird in the air and I'll be there.
Barbara, forgive me, but I do believe on your last requisition form you only requested 2 of these. Why do you have 6, including the one you're holding?
Well, I took a bunch off the Nazis. You think they captured me without me killing a few of them first? Ha!
No, I'm just saying that, these do look kind of like ours, the ones we have, and I must keep the
Yes, they had them on them. It was very strange.
Inventory.
They probably stole them from you lot.
Excuse me, Mum.
Yes?
Why are you here?
Me?
What do you mean?
How did you get here?
Well, what do you mean? Same as everyone
I
else.
was on mission.
Yes.
Why do you think the machine was set to this time?
I see.
My job was to look into a few artifacts that I know old Bobby Hitler was interested in.
Well, it seems very interested because there's a lot of Nazis here. How did you get captured?
Tell me that again. Well, they kind of swarmed on me. It's a little hard to hide a plane. And they've got tanks and all that. I took out 6 of them, though.
6 tanks?
No. People. But yes, they captured me and they were interrogating me, asking me what I was doing here. I told them I was looking for a stiff drink, but,
Wait, if they were interrogating you, why are you gagged?
Well,
What did you say?
Birkensleigh might agree here. It's something of a flaw of mine. When I start talking, I don't stop.
Yes, and you generally put your foot in it.
Yes. So I told him a few things that I was looking for, the Hecker, Osiris's famed, I suppose it's a little like a crook, really. I was always pictured on the statues holding a crook and a flail. Well, we were looking for that because he's meant to be buried here. Or at least that's what Hitler thinks. I don't believe in that tosh quite.
Would Felicity have any idea how true this could be?
That he's meant to be buried here? Yeah, you know that.
Okay.
Well, if the Nazis want it, I want to keep it from them.
We can't let it fall in. Artifacts be worth more than your plane alone.
I mean, if it exists. I mean, do you really believe a god is buried here? It's nonsense.
I'd rather not find out, if I'm honest.
Yes. Well, I'm going to head into town, get myself a stiff drink. I'll have the radio on me at all times. If you need any help, call me.
Wait, how do you intend to get a drink in town?
There's brewers.
She has her ways, trust me.
But yes, typically they're reserved for rations for workers.
Anywhere you find people, you'll find beer somewhere.
Oh, the royals love their beer as well. King Nama really enjoyed it before, of course, he was shot. The new Pharaoh is quite a bit worse.
Oh, the new Pharaoh. Is he a Nazi?
Yes, gentleman by the name of Hermann Geist. Rather terrible chap.
What a very Egyptian-sounding name.
No.
Would this
no,
be
indeed.
someone we've heard of at all, or is this just some rando?
This is really not someone you'd really have heard of. Much like you're a librarian, particularly. You're not a study of Nazis, in particular, because they're a bit too current for your sort of
Chase.
your vibes. Chase might have heard.
Lot of information.
Yeah, Chase. Is that an edge
Yeah.
you've got?
It's an edge. We got to roll for that.
Okay, roll for it. Yeah, roll common knowledge, I suppose.
Yeah. So, where is it? A D4 and a D6. Oh, that's a 5.
Oh, that's enough. He is. You're not going to get all the information with just a 5, but he is a legendary senior ranking Nazi. Not from the military, from the political side of it, who was obsessed with the occult.
You know, the way you have some interest in deals with the devil and the occult? Well, this guy, this is all him.
So it seems to me we might need to also take out the current Pharaoh. Then. If he's left to do his own devices, he'll do much more worse mischief than what's already befallen us.
Yes, well, a bullet ought to do it.
That's Evan right here.
Give me a call when you need hand. I'm off. And she starts walking off. Just walking straight towards Abydos. Still dressed fully as a British as a British group captain.
Yeah. I don't think we need to worry about her anyway.
She's like shouting loudly, "Somebody get me a goddamn drink!"
Barbara, remember
Is she
your
shouting that
manners?
in English?
No, she's shouting that in Egyptian. So Felicity, you're the only one who gets that one. It's in ancient Egyptian. I mean, Miss Birkensleigh, you probably through your particular insight and ability to read people know what she's shouting.
Yeah. She just knows enough to know what she's shouting.
Yeah. All right.
Let's get some fuel.
Yeah, you have access to a plane and a pilot.
Could I take a really good look around this plane and make sure it hasn't been sabotaged? It's like fully
Absolutely.
fueled and armed up and stuff.
Yeah, give me a smarts check. Or if you've got a skill you would like to use, you can probably use one of those as well.
Could I go with repair?
Yeah, repair's good. Repair's good.
Cool. I do have a high smarts roll, but I like the idea of using the skill more.
That makes more sense.
No, I have not. And I will not use a penny this time.
What do you get?
I got a 3.
A free. There's some guns on here.
Yep. Can I can I look around the bar to see if there's anything useful?
Yes, give me a notice check.
Okay, notice. What have I got? Okay, just a D4, but that's 5.
Okay. You find that she's left her pack behind. And in her pack Okay. This is going to be less useful for you, but is yet another first aid kit.
And of course, does she of course have the standard $2 whistle?
The standard $2 whistle. But oh no, you know what she also has? She has one hand grenade.
Oh yeah, there you go.
There you go, Felicity.
Add them to the collection.
Add them to the collection, yeah. Right, you're moving on then to the master bar, where it is being excavated by German machinery of some kind. What's your approach? So let me describe the master bar. The master bar is it is a pyramid. It's a small pyramid. Out the front, though, of it, in front of it, is this rectangular building. So if you think back to like a lot of those classic structures, it's ringed with columns on the outside. And it is a long rectangle, and the center of it is open to the elements. Sort of like a courtyard in the middle. That is where the digging is going on, in front of this master bar. I have made an extremely rudimentary drawing that will help describe what you're about to see. And by extremely rudimentary, I cannot stress enough how rudimentary this is. I made it in MS Paint.
Hooray!
So as you're approaching, this is what you can see, and I'm not showing people on this. So this is the structure in general. So you'd come in from the south, that's the entrance, and then the north, there's another entrance that goes into the mastaba itself. Obviously, you can't see the inside that well, but that structure, bear in mind that flow. So there's a sort of shaded section on the outside, ringing it. The perimeter of it is shaded with columns dotted through it that are holding it up. There's 4 large obelisks pointing out into the sky that you can see from the outside, and you don't know the rest.
The red dots are Nazis of various sizes.
No, they're going to be fuel barrels.
Okay, cool. Of various sizes. Okay.
Of various sizes, because I used the ellipse tool dangerously.
Okay, can we hear? Could Miss Birkensleigh and I, as we're approaching here, anyone speaking in German that might be useful?
Yeah.
And also, I would like to do a notice for just looking around at potential people that are around.
Give me a notice. That's great. If anyone else wants to do some scouting, give me a notice as well.
That's a 7.
That is a 7, so that's almost a success with a raise.
Okay, you're not gonna like this. You're actually, you're gonna love it.
Okay.
Is it a crit
I
fail?
rolled
Is it a crit fail?
Yeah. I was looking for some.
Now they know you're coming. Now they know you're coming. Hell yeah.
Well, if they know we're coming, I'm going to rush right in with my impulsive.
Okay, well, hold on. Let me get you some information first, because Miss Birkensleigh gets you some info. Chase Rockharte is going to accidentally walk around a corner, and there's a Nazi right there.
As long as he doesn't trip and
you're listening out. So, Miss Birkensleigh, I'm going to give you some information. As you're approaching, you can see there is this wooden gantry on the far side. That's what that brown thing is on the map I've given you. A wooden raised gantry.
That's why they wanted the wood.
At the far end is a Gatling gun embedded into the ground, and there's a huge man holding that and just sort of leaning on it lazily, talking with someone else who is much thinner, very tall, very thin like a pencil, who is wearing a Nazi uniform with an emblem of the Ankh that you've seen elsewhere, and is holding a crook. Which you can fairly assume is Pharaoh Hermann Geist.
At which point I point. Well, I click towards Felicity to get her attention, and then point at the man holding the crook.
Oh yeah. And then that's when Chase Rockharte rounds the corner and comes face to face with a Nazi. So we're going to do a combat in a sec, but we're going to just take a quick break so that we can all go to the loo and all that and get ready. And then, okay, we are back. Let us go into combat. Let's draw your initiative for this. So, first of all, Philip Shrewd. Queen of Spades.
I will take it.
Do remember what card you've got. And do let me know if you want a Benny to redraw a card, or if you've got edges that let you do it. Over to Felicity Wolfe. 6 of clubs.
Hey, I'd like to spend a penny, please.
Okay, spend a Benny. Queen of hearts.
Oh, that's better.
That is better. Okay, Chase Rockharte. Jack of clubs.
Oh yeah.
This is going well.
Yeah.
Dr. Felix Pardalis. 5 of hearts.
I'll take it.
Okay. And then Miss Birkensleigh. 8 of spades.
I will re-roll. I will
Reroll.
use a Benny.
4 of hearts. You may choose the
I
highest
will
of those two.
Yeah, I will stick with the 8 of spades.
8 of spades. Okay. Now, the man up on the machine, Otto von Karstein. 4 of clubs. Bad news for Otto. bad news for Otto. He doesn't have an edge. I'm going to spend one of my bennies to get another card for him. 6 of hearts. God damn it. All right. And the Nazi Pharaoh, Hermann Geist, the Hecate Zauberer. What do you get? 9 of hearts. Oh, but level-headed, so I take a second one. And pick which one I want to use. King of Diamonds.
Oh, shit.
And then one more. There's a group of Nazis here, just standard Nazi soldiers. So there will be 5 Nazi soldiers going at the same time as Pharaoh Hermann Geist. They're sort of his protectors. But there's another group that are just operating on their own.
Quick question.
Yep.
Because I know that when it comes to D&D that what's that called, that you can free speech or sometimes free action.
Talk is free.
Before
Quips
something happens.
particularly.
What about radioing in Barbara and say, "Hey, Barbara"?
That's going to take an action. But you can do multi-actions if you need to. You can do up to 3 actions on a turn, but that you declare them all in advance, and you take a -2 penalty for the number of actions you do. So if it's just 1 action, it's fine. If it's 2 actions, it's -2. If it's 3 actions, it's -4.
Okay, cool.
And
that penalty's
applies to
on
all
every
actions.
action, not just the subsequent ones.
But it can be pretty cool if you've got like all the edges to give you benefits. Okay, so we'll start at aces. Anyone got an ace? Nope. Kings. We have a king. Pharaoh Hermann Geist. Okay.
Scheiße.
Has seen Chase Rockharte coming in. He's up on the gantry. He raises the Rod of Heka. And he casts Sand Barrier.
How dare.
He creates a wall 25 feet long and 5 feet tall between the Nazis that are soldiers that are heading towards you and the gantry. So the gantry is now off limits. He's going to spend some extra points to add the damage and the size and the passable modifiers to it. Medium or small creatures can pass through it. Larger objects like a tank cannot.
Oh.
So he's a D12 on his spellcasting. So the wild card has... Yeah, okay, that's a 9, so that does pass. That uses some of his many, many power points. So this wall of sand now blocks the way. That's him. Go to Queens.
I have a Queen of Spades.
Yep.
Okay, Spades is first.
You said this wall is 5 feet high?
It is 5 feet high.
Would it be possible to try to jump the wall? And also, how far away is it?
You can try to jump the wall. It's about 50 feet away from you at the moment. And there are a load of Nazis in between you.
Right. That's a valid point.
So maybe punch some cunts.
Yeah. All right. We get what, like a free movement plus our actions, and we could do additional movement if we wanted to spend additional action to move, or how's that?
You can do free movement. Yep, and you can break up your action in that. If you want to run, let me just double check that, because running is not something we've had to do yet.
Jumping is action as well. I'm just reading now. Not action, sorry, but it's ruled.
I'll get back to you on that. Rules. Combat. Actions.
So if you run for... Yeah, okay.
Running. Here you go. You can choose to run. You can increase your pace by your running die at the cost of a -2 penalty to all actions that turn. Running dice never ace.
Is athletics, I think, got merged into with change in additions, or...
It is by default a D6. Everyone has a D6 as their
okay,
running
gotcha.
dice, but there are edges that can modify it.
And pace is in...
Your pace is 6.
Inches, which represent...
6 inches, which is... It's about 5 foot an inch.
Okay.
They measure it in yards in the game. It's a bit of a nightmare. Just go with 5 feet.
Okay, so that would be 30 feet for a 6 pace. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, I guess I will find a clump of Nazis, run, or I guess get to them, however that takes, and punch.
Yep. Okay.
Close.
So you run up to the Nazis who are in front, and yeah, they're within range. And you punch.
So I would like to take 2 actions to punch, separate actions to punch, so -2 to each of them, right?
Okay. Yep. -2 to
And
each.
I'll use Frenzy on the first.
Yep.
So for my fighting roll, that is at -2. I have 2 6s. -2 would be 4. So that's 2 4s.
2 4s is 2 hits. Please roll your damage.
That and that. That'll be 13 for the first
13 for
and
the first.
13 for the second.
And 13 for the second. Just do some maths. Yep, 2 Nazis drop.
All right. And then for my second attack action, without Frenzy, that'll be a 10 -2 is 8.
10 -2 is 8. That's a hit with a raise. No, sorry, it's not. I keep forgetting their toughness is 5, not 4.
The toughness is 5, yeah.
Yeah. The toughness is slightly
okay.
higher because they're wearing a little bit of armor.
Toughness or parry?
Sorry, parry.
Okay.
Yeah, I read the wrong one every time. Yep. Their toughness is also 5.
Okay.
That's why I get confused.
I can spend a penny to reroll damage. Do I want to? I'm not going to. That's just 4 damage, so I assume that does nothing.
4 damage is nothing, I'm afraid.
Yeah, it's fine.
Okay, but yeah, you take out 2 of them, like with a haymaker, and then follow up with an uppercut on the second one. You knock 2 Nazis into the dirt. That's absolutely fantastic. Queens.
Yeah.
Yep. Hans.
Go ahead.
What did you have, Chase?
Oh, Jack. I jumping on.
Yeah, Felicity, over to you.
Okay, so Felicity's pretty big on occultism herself. Would she recognise this staff?
You can use an action to roll a notice if you would like. Or a smarts, probably.
Notice.
Probably a smarts.
What about occult?
Occult, yeah, occult works.
Okay, that's good.
But are you doing any other actions this turn? Because we're going to need to know what penalties to give you.
Yeah, I think I'll just try and work out what the staff is, since it's a barrier in the way anyway.
Roll with a -4 penalty. Because this is a really rare item.
Okay.
This is
Well,
Nick remembering
luckily
I didn't give you anywhere near enough penalties last time. There should be basically penalties on every roll.
Yeah. Luckily, I'm a scholar of the occult, so I get a +2 to occult roll, so it's only a -2.
Okay.
Okay, that is a 7 on my D10 for a 5. I'm going to spend the Benny to roll again.
Okay.
This actually completely offsets it because I've got Moxie, so I'm now at a +4, so I'm offsetting the other -4.
See, that's where these edges come in. Yeah, yeah.
And that's a 7 again, except it's still just a 7.
7 is an actual 7. So that's still a success. You're aware that this rod is probably the source of Hermangeist's powers. And that likely it also gives Hermangeist power over life and death, because that is Osiris's domain.
This man has a power over life and death. We have no choice but to destroy his rod.
Am I?
Okay then.
This is where we're going tonight, I see.
Yeah.
Barbara.
She says this
Barbara, I
with
need
completely
you to
straight
destroy
face
her
and does
rod.
not understand what anyone else's reaction.
Jax.
Yep.
All right, Chase, what's happening? You, by the way, are positioned in front of everyone else. You are amongst... you're not amongst the Nazis, you're sort of adjacent to them that Philip Shrewd has run into and started punching.
I'm not going to worry about them because I'm in a tank. I presume the tank has some sort of PA system so I can quip through it.
Of course.
Yeah.
You can open the hatch and shout out of it. There is no PA system in the tank.
Oh,
There is, however, a system to boil and brew tea.
of course there is. I'll do that later.
There is legit one in this tank.
But don't
checked.
forget, we've got our little radios as well.
Is there a minibar?
Yeah. Isn't
There's a
that
tea
supposed to be
minibar.
apparently that's the standard feature of all British tanks, isn't it?
Yep,
Yeah.
it's from around. So, Chase, what's happening?
Chase is going to say, "You're not that far away. How do you like this barrel?" And he's going to take aim with the 88mm, and it's just going to. You can just hear that as it just points directly at him. Then he'd be staring right down that rifle.
Okay, sure. All right. Roll me shooting with a -4 penalty.
No, I'm taking aim.
Oh, you're taking aim. Okay, so you're not using it. Okay. Yeah, that makes sense. That makes sense.
So
That's your
the
full
aim
turn.
action is the barrel moving into position.
Absolutely. Yeah, that makes sense. All right. 10s. 9s. 8s.
Yep.
Oh, 9. We've got Miss Birkensleigh.
Yes. Oh, sorry, I was an 8, but still.
Oh,
Barbara, come in.
Okay, you're calling
Listen.
Barbara in. That's one
Yes.
action. Barbara will come in, but will come in next turn.
Yes. And then I'm just going to shoot at some Nazis.
Okay, that will have a -2 penalty because you're taking 2 actions.
Yep.
But you can do that. So to do that, you have to roll shooting with a -2,
Yep.
and you've got to beat a 4. You also roll your wild dice, so put that d6 in as well.
Yeah. Okay, that is a 6.
Okay, so you're armed with a pistol, right?
Yep.
Okay.
I have a cult detective. 0.
At the range you're currently at is an additional -2 on the cult detective because, oh no, that's 60 feet. You're aiming at the Nazis. No, you're within 60 feet of those Nazis, so you're good. Yeah. Okay. So you rolled a 6.
Yep. So that
Okay.
exploded?
Oh, is that a 6 on a 6?
Yep.
Oh yes, it explodes.
That's a number 2.
Number 2. And what did your wild die get as well?
That was the 6.
That was fair enough. Okay, so an 8. So an 8, and then we were minusing 2 because it's the second action, so that brings it to a 6. That is a success.
Yep.
So with a success, you then roll your damage.
Which is the part that I'm not as certain at.
So a cult
how
detective
do I
is
roll it?
2d6.
Okay.
Damage can also explode.
Yeah.
And you also have AP1 on this, so it's going to remove 1 point of armor from the target's toughness.
That is a 4 overall.
A 4 overall. Unfortunately, that's not high enough to beat their toughness. So you get a shot off, but they're all moving around, and obviously you're trying not to hit Phillip as well. So the bullet
And
is just
the barrels of
absorbed by
oil.
the armor. And the barrels of oil. Yeah, you're being really careful. But no luck there. 8. Anyone else on 8?
Didn't you have an 8?
No, I got a 6 and a 4. Left. 7. 6. All right, 6 of hearts. That is Otto von Karstein. Otto von Karstein is the bullshit. Welcome to the bullshit.
Oh no.
I'm gonna need a lot more d6s. Otto von
Oh my
Karstein
God.
is going to take 3 actions,
Oh my
and
God.
on each action, he's going to fire the heavy Gatling gun.
Barbara.
Each action is going to fire the heavy Gatling gun, which is a rate of fire free weapon. He does not have to deal with recoil because he has the rock steady trait and he's using a fixed weapon. He does, however, have rapid fire, which means on the first attack, he's going to increase the rate of fire by 1. So the first one is going to be 4 shots.
Oh my God.
First one is going at...
Can he see through the wall, or is he on the same side of the wall as us?
He can't see through the wall.
Okay.
So he's going to get a -4 penalty. Plus
And he also
the
has minus
-4. Yeah.
Yeah.
Why am I rolling d6s? This shooting's d12s. Anyway, he is going to first target, I think, Chase Rockharte. Going for your head as you popped your head out of the tank. So that adds a further -4. So it's -12. -12 on this.
Nick is so pleased with himself.
I am so pleased with myself. All right, that's one explosion.
Oh god.
The others won't get there. So I roll again. Oh, that's +9. So that's 9 in total because we subtract 12 already and the explosion was 12. So that's a 9. So that is a success with a raise on this. It is so Chase. How much armor are you wearing?
I think mostly +1 jacket.
Okay, so you don't get the
Also-
benefit of that. So subtract 1 from your toughness as I roll the damage.
Subtract 1 from my toughness.
Yeah, because your armor is contributing to your toughness.
So that would add to my toughness, not take away.
No, subtract 1 because the armor is not going to apply because this is armor piercing.
Oh.
Oh no.
Oh, it's armor piercing 2.
It's AP
It
4.
depends. It
Oh, it's
depends
before.
if your armor already is in your toughness, or did
It
you not
should
add
be
your
applied to your
yet?
toughness if you
Okay.
do it. Yeah.
Oh, okay, so, alright, -1.
Yep. And okay. Oh, that's not much. That's 9 damage. So that beats your toughness.
Yeah, it does, yeah.
So are you shaken already?
I was shaken from earlier.
You now take a wound.
Okay, I'll Benny that.
Okay, so you're going to remove the shaken, so you're now shaken.
Yeah. Well, removing the wound, does that not also take the shaking away?
You can soak it if you want. You can do a soak.
Okay, that's what I'm trying to do, yeah.
It's a vigor roll.
My vigor. So what's my vigor? D8. Let's have a look and see what we get. That's a 3, so that's not really going to do much.
Yeah. So yeah, you've got 1 wound. That's -1 to every one of your checks.
Good lord, okay.
All right.
Um,
That's action 1. There's action 2 and 3 still to go. Okay, so this time only 3 shots. And this one's going against... You know what? Yeah. This one's against Miss Birkensleigh.
Good heavens.
Okay. That's not going to hit. That's not going to hit. That's not going to hit. 3 misses. The bullets whiz past you. And the last one, I think is going to have to be against Chase Rockharte again. Because Felicity Wolfe and Dr. Felix Pardalis have not yet appeared. Oh, that is not going to hit. That is not going to hit. That's a -1 on the best one. No nat ones, though. Oh, actually, no. One of these is a nat 1, so I should roll a d6 to see if it's a crit. It's not a crit failure. So that's all the bullets. The spray of bullets just goes out there. Yeah, and that's Otto von Karstein's go. We go to 5.
Yep.
All right. Dr. Felix Pardalis, you're up.
So Dr. Pardalis steps out, and everyone will, who's looking at him will see he has pulled on a very flashy pair of gloves. And he reaches out his hands and he says to everybody, "Don't worry about the big gun. That one's mine." And he is going to try to do telekinesis to take control of the Gatling gun.
Telekinesis to take control of the Gatling gun. That sounds amazing. Yeah, I love that idea.
He is fully in his overconfidence hindrance here. He's going for it big time. All right, let's see if I can pull this one off. Ooh, that's a 4. Oh no, wait, I've got a wound, don't I? So I've got a -1. All right, I'm Bennying it. All right, that's an explosion on the wild dice. 10, so that's a 9 total.
A 9
Okay.
total. Okay. That is a success with a raise.
I don't think a raise does anything on telekinesis.
No, it doesn't look like it. I'm just having a look at the rules for telekinesis. Okay. I think I'm going to give Karstein a strength. So contest that against Karstein's strength.
Okay,
Because he's trying to hold it in place as you're trying to twist it.
makes sense.
It's not a good roll. Do I want to give it a Benny? I'm going to give it a Benny. That's the same roll. That's a 4. So you've now got control of the machine gun. That's really, really good.
So he can try and retake control each turn if he wants. But yeah, I am going to use this Gatling gun to shoot the rest of the soldiers on the ground.
Okay.
Or, can I angle it to? Is it in a position where it can shoot the Pharaoh?
No, the Pharaoh's behind it, and it's sort of it's in a fixed emplacement with a 45-degree cone of fire. But you can target the Nazis and Philip Shrewd.
I will target them all. Because I assume it's. I don't know what the stats of this Gatling gun are, right? Like.
Indeed. So you're going to use your shooting.
No, I use my arcane skill.
Oh, you use your arcane skill to make the shot. Interesting. Yep. Okay. So do you use that roll that you've already made?
The caster may use tools to perform simple tasks or wield a weapon using the caster's arcane skill. I think I have to do another roll to do that.
Make me 3 rolls with a -6 penalty on each roll.
Okay.
Because that's the what you'd get applied on this normally.
Okay, so that is nothing on the first one. A -6.
Yeah. He was shooting at -12, bear in mind. You've got half the penalties he's got.
Wow, okay. Okay, that one's exploded. Alright, that's a 2 with the -6.
Okay, none of those hit then, I'm afraid. But you spray a load of bullets out, and everyone's a little bit confused that seemed to be aiming towards the Nazis. I'm going to say they're distracted.
At the very least, I've got control of the big weapon.
Yeah. Yeah.
Don't worry, I'll get them next time!
So distracted is the Nazis have -2 to all rolls until the end of their next turn. Right. I think the Nazis are left, so they're going to go now. There are remaining only a few of them in front of Philip. There are only 3 of them around Philip. So they're gonna try and fight you. And they do have gang up going on here.
Only 3, I can take it.
Each of them is going to take 2 punching actions on you. So gang up gives them a +2, which negates the -2 for the double actions. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I need a 6d6. There we go. Okay, pretty bad actually. None of them explode. 2 are ones which could be could be critical failures, potentially. So I'm going to re-roll them and see if I get another 1, they're critical failures. That one isn't. That one isn't. Okay. So out of this, one of them is a 5, which I think is the only one even close to your parry, but I think your parry is astronomical.
7. My parry is 7.
Yeah, 7. So they're all trying to punch you. They're getting in there. They're ganging up on you, but they can't do it. They throw 6 punches and you parry each and every one of them. I mean, you do have the martial arts edge, if I recall. So yeah, you're just, you're just deflecting punches left, right, and center. Absolutely amazing. Well done.
Little
okay.
Neo.
That is the Nazis. We go to the top of the round. Okay. Philip, your card. 2 of hearts.
I will spend a Benny on that.
Spend a Benny. Your second card, Ace of Spades.
I will keep that one.
Worth spending a Benny on that.
But I
Felicity
took it away
Wolfe,
from whoever goes next.
you get 5 of Spades.
I'll spend a Benny on that.
Okay, your second card, 7 of Hearts.
Oh, I'll take it.
Okay. Chase Rockharte, 6 of Spades.
Take it.
Okay. Felix Pardalis, King of Hearts.
Oh yeah.
Nice. Miss Birkensleigh, 7 of Spades.
I would like to spend a Benny.
Okay. Your second card, Jack of Spades.
Nice.
Jack of Spades, please.
Nice. Okay. Herman Geist, 6 of Diamonds.
He tried to shine
He
back
gets
like a
2
diamond.
cards. And he gets to choose, but the other one is 5 of Clubs.
Go on, Nick, spend a Benny.
No, not for that. Otto von Karstein, 5 of diamonds. And the group of Nazis currently fighting Philip Shrewd, 10 of clubs. Okay, aces.
Yeah, someone had an ace.
Yes, that would be me. Sorry.
All right, Philip Shrewd, you're up first.
You said there's 3 Nazis around
3
me?
left. Yeah, 3 left. And Chase chilling in a tank, like, adjacent to you.
Oh yeah, is he aiming at the ones that I'm fighting currently?
No.
He's aiming, where's he aiming? I forget.
Great question. Chase, where are you aiming?
The guy with the crook.
Guy with the crook.
Okay, gotcha.
The big
So
bat.
you're aiming through the wall. Got it. Okay.
Yeah.
I am definitely aiming at the people you're fighting, though.
Yeah.
And I have a Gatling
I
gun.
presume I'm aiming over the wall.
Yes.
From the gantry.
Because I'm tempted to try to jump the wall now that I'm a bit closer to it. But actually, you said medium and smaller can pass through, right?
Yeah, medium smaller can pass through that sand wall. It's just the vehicle can't.
So I could just walk through the wall.
Yeah.
Theory.
You will take damage,
do that.
but yeah.
Okay, that's fine. Maybe it's fine.
I mean,
I guess
it might be fine. Let me
It might be
let me see. Also, they also get to attack you if you walk away, right?
They did so well at it that I'm not too worried about that.
That's true.
Well, it should be, but
Let's throw 3 punches and see what happens. Yeah, actually. Yeah, you don't even need to worry. I need to roll, see if one's a critical failure. No, it's not. They all miss.
Okay.
You're good. So you're able to just pass through. So the damage is 2d4. So we've got to see if that beats your toughness. 2 4s. So
All
they
right.
both explode. Which is spicy.
Mm-hmm.
So one of them is a 6. The other one, another 4, exploding again.
Oh,
Oh
jeez.
dear.
11 plus 6 is 17 damage.
okay. So my
what's your
toughness is 10.
Okay, so that's 1 raise. It's only 1 raise.
I will spend a penny to try to soak it.
Okay, make me
That's
a
a
vigor roll. Yeah.
That is a 6 on the 8 and a 4 on the 6. Yeah, so that's a 6. So I would be taking, what, shaken and a wound?
You would be taking shaken and 1 wound, yeah.
And I got a 6 here, so I think that would soak the 1 wound and I get rid of the shaken for free. Is that how that works?
That is correct, yeah.
Okay.
You've soaked all wounds, so you get rid of shaken. Nicely done. So yeah, a well-spent Benny on that. And that's
Yes.
why we have Bennies. Yeah, so you step through the wall and you're face to face with an angry looking Otto von Karstein, this huge man fighting with the minigun that is not doing what he wants it to, and the Pharaoh Hermangeist. They're up on a gantry, so there's still a little bit ways to go. If you run, you can get to them, but it would be a
and
run.
the downside to running was
Minus
an action
2
or-
to your checks afterwards.
An 88mm card.
Also, an 88mm cannon is facing towards the Pharaoh. But it's okay. Chase Rockharte might miss, and then we get the lovely
Right.
thing of what happens when you miss with an explosive weapon.
Exactly. And I mean, he's not going to know I'm there, so if I miss and if I knock him out and I'm standing in his place, I'll get shot, which is fine.
Yeah.
So yeah, I will run up there and then just do a single attack with my frenzy. So that would be a -2.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
That's right.
Fine. Right dice. I'm punching the guy with the Pharaoh, not the guy fighting with the Gatling gun.
Yeah.
That is a terrible roll. I will spend a penny on it. That is 9, which becomes a 7, and 4, which becomes a 2. So 7. I assume 2.
Yeah, the 2 will miss. 7 beats the parry.
Okay. So that is damage. Oh, that one fell off the table. That is a 7 for damage.
7 for damage, that beats the toughness One of the Nazis dives in front of the punch and takes it to the jaw, and the Nazi is removed from play.
All right.
Wait, are the Nazis up on the gantry as well?
Yeah, there's 5 up there.
Oh, right.
You
This
see,
is
I
fun.
do not even have to lift a finger.
He presumably does not know there's a big gun pointing at him.
He does. Well, I mean, technically, this thing's only 5 feet high, and the gantry is up in the air.
Oh,
Strictly
the
speaking,
gantry's in the air. Okay.
strictly speaking, he can see that tank gun, but also,
Okay.
strictly
He's got
speaking,
4 more guys to throw their guys in front of him.
Otto shouldn't have had a -4 to shoot through that. Now I think about it, but there we go, because he was firing over it as well. Oh well, we live and learn. I also applied it to Ben, so fair's fair.
All right, I'm done.
Are we going to fix that this round?
We are going to fix that this round.
Excellent.
Okay, so that was aces going to kings.
Yes.
All right, Dr.
Right.
Felix Pardalis.
So it's just a -2, not a -6.
Yeah, it is now just a -2.
Right. Yeah, gonna shoot at the Nazis on the ground with the Gatling gun. You said there was 3 left down there.
Yeah. Actually,
Okay.
I'm going to apply an additional -2 because he is still struggling with this. You are fighting against him constantly while you do this.
Okay.
All right, a -4 total then.
Yeah, it is being contested. But yeah.
All right. Oh, that's an explosion. That's another explosion. That's a 13 -1 -4. Maths 8. So that's
8.
a raise.
That's a hit with a raise.
Okay, and second, it's still 3 shots, yeah.
Yeah. 3 shots. There's no shooting fewer than 3 shots with this machine gun.
Okay, that's a miss on the second one. And that's an explosion on the D10. That's a 16. That's an 11 total on the third shot.
11 total on the third shot.
So that's 2 raises.
Also,
No.
yeah.
1 raise.
What? 1 raise on the first shot, 1 raise on the second, on the third
Yeah.
shot. Yeah.
Both, yeah. So you'll roll an additional die on the damage. So the damage on this weapon is 2d10. So you'll add an additional d6.
Bloody
It's
hell.
only a d6 you add. But
2d10 plus a d6.
yeah.
Okay.
And remember, they can explode.
And that will be rolled twice because you hit twice.
And that will
right?
be done
Yeah.
twice, yeah, because you got 2 with a raise.
Okay, that is.
Oh, did you get any misses? Any nat ones? Any
No.
critical failures? Damn.
Nope.
Oh, wait, no, Philip Stroop's not even there anymore. It's fine.
All right, that's a 8 on the first one, damage,
8 on the first one. That's 1 mook dead.
and a 9 on the second one.
A second mook dead. There's only 1 Nazi in that group left.
Good.
Very
shit.
good, Dr.
And
Felix.
Felix is just going. Come on.
Yes. So that was kings, queens, jacks.
I'm a jack.
Okay, Miss Birkensleigh, you're up next. There's a
Yes,
single Nazi stood there next to the tank.
Yes, all right. Well, I'm going to take him out with my guns.
Mm-hmm.
So that's me. That is a 4. Or a D6.
Okay, 4 is a hit.
Yep. And then... it's only a 1 damage, though.
1 damage won't get past the toughness, I'm afraid.
Nah.
So you get him, but they're still up and still standing.
When is Barbara coming, by the way?
Barbara is coming now, actually, because you called in, so it's on your turn. So, here's what I want you to roll.
Yes.
First of all, I want you to pick targets. Pick me 2 targets, please.
Oh, is Barbara coming in her plane?
Yeah. You hear
Okay.
this-
Excellent. Barbara,
Hold the Foley.
Can you go after the Nazi that's got a little? Or you can't really see, can you? The guy. I want you to go after the Gatling gun man and the man that seems very important near him. He's got a
Okay.
big stick up his ass.
And now I want you to roll me.
Yes.
First of all, free attacks, free shooting attacks. And the shooting on this Shooting die is a d6. So free shooting attacks with d6, not a wild card, so don't add the wild die.
Yep. Okay, so we have a 3, a 3, and a 6.
A 6 explodes, so...
That's another 6.
Explodes again.
Oh my god.
That's a 4.
So that's 16 on one shot. So this is the one going in at Otto, so that's a success with 3 raises?
Yeah.
Woo. Okay. Well, luckily extra raises don't do much on this. But so the damage on the Spitfire's minigun is 2d10. No, it's not. It is 2d8. So please roll me 2d8 and 1d6.
Okay, so 2d8. That is a 9 between the two, and so it was a d6 after that,
Yeah. And those will all add together.
and that's a 3. So
Okay, 12. So that is on a toughness 7.
Ooh.
Yeah, that's the thing. So that is a success, obviously, with 1
With a
raise.
raise.
Yeah, so that's going to be 1 wound taken off. Okay. I forgot this guy's got +2 to using his heavy Gatling gun. Oh well. It's not like he gets it anyway. So now I want you to do this again, but this is against the Pharaoh. So, 3 shooting attacks with d6s.
okay, that's a 4, a 2, and a 6.
Okay, roll the 6 again, because the 6 will probably hit. The 4 does not. There is a penalty for range on this, because she's doing it from a plane.
That's a 5.
Okay, so that'll be a total of 11 with a -2 penalty for being in the air, going down to 9, which is success and a raise. So roll me 2d8 and 1d6 again.
Okay, that is an 11 for the d8s and a 5.
Okay, so 16. That is a success.
Oh,
with 2
one of
raises.
those d8s was an 8.
Oh, that
Oh.
explodes. Roll that one again and add it.
Okay, that's another 3.
Okay, so 19. That's a success with 3 raises, which is enough to kill the Pharaoh. Unfortunately, he's surrounded by lackeys, and one dives in front of the bullet and takes it. This is not something I've written, by the way. This is explicit to what mooks do. They will just dive in front of the villain. So I'm afraid he's down to a mere 3 mooks around him, though. But that was great, and she goes and flies off, and that's her use for this this combat. Okay, that was Jax. 10s, 9s, 8s, 7s,
Hearts.
7 of hearts. All right, you're up next.
Okay, so there's no way to get to the Pharaoh without going through the barrier, is that right?
That's right, yeah. It spread all through this inner thing.
Everybody ignoring the tank and me calling out what I'm going to do with it.
They're
Okay,
reckless, and they frankly don't know if you can fire that thing.
Fair.
Okay. So
I am impulsive and stubborn. I don't care.
Yep, so Felicity has a knowledge of the occult. She's just realised it's an actual real thing. Could she try and do anything to sort of like just dispel the barrier, or?
Not without a power to do it.
Yeah, that's what I thought. Okay, in that case, she's going to look towards the Nazi with the minigun,
Mhm.
and she's going to shout in German. Well, it looks like your boss is meddling with things he couldn't possibly comprehend. Aren't you a little worried?
That sounds like a test to me.
That's what I was going for.
Okay. So, intimidation, do you reckon? Or persuasion? What are you aiming at here? And it's going to be contested by
Good.
spirit, I think, no matter what. Because
Yeah. Well, it's a D6 either way, but I think it's probably intimidation. Just trying to
Okay.
scare him.
so I will roll spirit. You roll intimidation. I gotta get some better d6s. You gotta beat a 2.
That's a 4, so I guess I just did it.
Success. Do you want to apply distracted or vulnerable? Vulnerable
Okay, so
means
distracted.
all attacks against him have +2. Distracted means all of his attacks have -2.
Okay. Is anyone planning on targeting him or?
No.
Think fast, or we'll go on to
go
someone
on.
else.
I'm planning to
Okay.
go for the Pharaoh, so or his moves.
Okay,
but not
we'll
that
make him
guy.
distracted so ruin his shots then.
Distracted. I will note that he is distracted. Okay. You sort of get into his mind there a little bit. Very good. What was that? 7s? We go to 6s.
Yep.
All right, Chase. Which 6 have you got?
I have the spades.
Spades, you're up first.
Great. Let's shoot this. Let's shoot this 88mm gun.
Oh, yes. You have the rule?
The rule. I have the Churchill up in front of me.
Yep. So you're
Sure,
firing the
sure.
88mm tank gun. Please roll your shooting stat. It is a -4 penalty.
I'm aiming.
You're aiming, so you get rid of the 4 points of penalties. Very good.
All right. And I'm rolling my shooting.
Are you firing AP or HE rounds?
Let's go. Can I tell if there's somebody up there? One of my own crew.
No, there's a sand wall in between you.
Yeah. Well, let's just go HE then, because that's what I would have went with.
All right.
Big boom.
You load the big boom rounds.
And immediately roll an exploding 6. Try that again.
Literally,
5,
yeah.
So 11.
11. Okay. So you get an 11. It's AP 8.
Yeah.
It is a medium blast template, so it is also going to hit Philip Shrewd.
Sorry, Philip.
It is
No
going
worries.
to
You were
hit
there.
Otto von Karstein. It is going to hit the Nazis up there with the Pharaoh. And it is going to hit and explode the oil barrels.
Oh my god.
Christ.
Oh my Gatling gun.
And the Gatling gun, because a medium blast template is a 20-foot radius. This is a
Holy shit.
40-foot diameter sphere of explosion that is currently happening. It's a good thing you didn't miss, because blast templates deviate if you miss. Okay, so...
Germany.
Right.
I rolled that.
Okay, so your attack has hit. Did you hit with a raise? I think you did.
11, yeah.
Yeah, that's a hit with a raise. Please roll me your damage. Add an additional d6 for the raise.
Okay.
With HE rounds, it's 4d8. It is AP 8, so no one gets the benefit of armor.
So,
And we'll compare
I'm
that against
exploding
everyone's
8.
toughness.
Hang on 1 second.
4d8 plus 1d6. And don't forget they
Oh.
explode as well.
Yep, so that's 8, and 6 is 14, and another 8 is 22, and I'll roll the d6. That's 4, so that's 26.
26.
Yeah.
Philip, what's your toughness?
Did I just kill Philip?
8. So that is... How many raises? How many wounds?
26 minus 8 is
26
18
minus 8
divided by
is 18.
4.
18 divided by 4
4
is...
raises?
Yeah, it's 4 raises. So that is...
I mean,
You
I'm going
will-
to spend a penny to soak.
that is 4 wounds. You're going to have to spend a penny to soak, because 3 wounds will kill you. 4 wounds is definitely dead. Yeah, roll your soak. How many
I'm going to
pennies have
spend
you
a
got?
penny, my last penny to re-roll that and take advantage of this
God.
moxie.
Oh,
Oh, the +2 helps that. I at least got 5.
You got a 5.
So I think I just take 3 wounds, which
You take 3
knocks me
wounds,
out,
which
right?
knocks you out right away. You are knocked out. Obviously, you don't die in this game
Right.
because it is, it's a pulp adventure. So you are blown off to the side and you whack a wall and you are unconscious on the ground over there.
Yep.
This is just like when Felix Pardalis took 3 wounds and went down as well. So you'll be back soon. It's just, yeah, I'm afraid you've been knocked out of the combat by Chase. However, let's also apply this to everyone else up there. So we're going to start with the Pharaoh, Herman Geist. I'm going to use my last Benny to soak Herman Geist. Just soak him, just drench him a little bit.
Drench him in his mook's blood.
Bourbon.
Yeah. Okay, that explodes. Okay, so that is 9. So that's a success with 1 raise. So it takes 2 wounds off. So he's taken 2 wounds. So that's 2 more Nazi soldiers dead around him. Then the last Nazi soldier dies around him anyway, because that blows him up. Otto von Karstein only has 1 wound and is shaken, so it's not looking good for him. I don't have any bennies left. He's dead.
Hey.
Otto von Karstein is dead. The minigun is destroyed. The platform is now unstable. Everyone on there is going to take a penalty. A -2 penalty for the unstable platform. All right. That's a great move. 6.
If only they'd built that out of stone rather than wood.
Yeah. Oh, good quip. Benny. Have a Benny. Remember, you get bennies for quips as well. Okay. It is Pharaoh Herman Geist's go. Really fed up with you. Really fed up with you, Chase. Is he going to try and kill you?
I am in the tank now. I didn't stick my head out with a quip for this one.
He can take out tanks.
Fuck.
Raises
Heavy
the rod,
armor?
and he's going to fire a bolt with the heavy modifier.
Yeah.
So it can do that. It's going to have armor piercing.
The power of a tank life.
Yeah.
Heavy modifier, armor piercing, and bonus damage. All right. And you know what? Fuck it. He's going to do it twice.
Yeah. All right.
Okay. So the first one is a 9, and the second one is a 6. So the first one is a success with a raise. Second one is a standard success. So this is against the tank's toughness.
Yeah.
First one is 46 damage. And remember, it's AP 2, so you subtract 2 from the toughness, because that has got the armor baked in.
Yeah.
Oh, that explodes.
Oh no.
Well, it was 46. One was going to explode. It explodes again.
Oh no.
And then it doesn't explode. Okay, so let me do some maths. 6, 12, 18, 23, 24 damage. What is the toughness of the tank? -2.
32.
Oh.
Oh!
Yeah, boy.
Nick, I think you
Yeah.
touched one target.
Yeah.
I mean, it was close. It was getting there.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean,
not far off.
2 explosions, yeah.
Second one coming in, though.
Yeah.
Doesn't explode, isn't going to get anywhere near the toughness. So that's their go. They're going to move away further backwards into the mastaba. I have 10 of clubs to the Nazis, and I haven't done the Nazis. Nazis! Are there any left? One
I
left.
think there was 1 left on the floor, right?
Yep. One left who is going to
Shit his pants.
That's exactly what I was thinking. Browser time.
is going to shoot.
Himself.
Is going to shoot Felicity.
Well, that's mean.
By the way, the sand barrier has dropped because that was enough to drop the sand barrier for sure. Yeah, is going to shoot Felicity, I think, who's down on the ground nearby at the moment. Yeah. So, going to spend 2 actions to shoot Felicity.
Oh dear.
So let's have a look with the MP38. Oh, hold on a sec. Position-wise, Felicity, you're down near Chase Rockharte.
Behind the wall.
Behind the wall. Miss Birkensleigh, you're near Felicity as well, position-wise, right?
Yes.
And Dr. Felix Pardalis, you're probably near Felicity as well, right? Because you're near the back.
Live at the back.
Yeah.
Doesn't have to be in the action.
Felicity's not that far ahead, so I think you're all going to be within a medium burst template.
Uh-oh.
So
yeah.
the Nazi's going to throw a grenade.
Oh no.
Learn.
Yeah, I learned. So this is going to be a shooting attack against each and every one of you. Free. Not against Chase. The grenade has no chance of hitting a tank. It simply does not do enough damage. I could do 2 grenades. 2 grenades? Why not? We're going to do 2 grenades. So a -2 penalty.
Let's see if you fly too close to the sun.
I have flown too close to the sun. One is a 2 for a -2 to a 0. The other is a 1, which means I need to roll another d6 to see if I've critically failed. I haven't. But that means 2 grenades deviate.
Oh.
How does the deviation stuff work?
So deviation is I roll a d12 and treat that as a clock face.
All right.
Position-wise for where they go. So the first one, 10 o'clock. So it's going to be closer to him than he expects. The second one, 9 o'clock. So it's going off at a right angle.
I imagine they just bounce off of the tank and come right back at him.
Possibly, honestly. Possibly. So then I need to roll. It's a thrown weapon, a d6 for each one. So the one that's coming closer to him than he expects comes 25 feet closer to him than he expects. It drops to his feet. Okay, he's getting hit by that weapon. He drops a grenade at his feet.
Wow.
So
So much
it's
for
going to
shooting
make
himself. He's blowing himself up.
it's going to make an attack against himself now. And that hits.
Follow your
Fuck. Now it hits. Okay, so that's 3d6 -2 damage from the grenade. So that's 7. 8 -2 is 6. His toughness is 5. He dies. The Nazis are gone. There is only Pharaoh Hermann Geist, who disappears into the mastaba, holding the crook.
By hook and by crook.
By hook and by crook. I'm afraid, Chase, the tank's out of fuel.
Oh,
And you blew up the fuel.
I blew up the fuel.
There's going to be
Also-
more fuel. We'll
Also
be
means
fine.
you lose out on a plane as well.
Yeah.
More fuel somewhere.
Planes aren't going to do much good indoors, so let's.
In this time, Group Captain Barbara has landed and come running up to you. He goes, right, we better get out of here, huh?
We need to finish off the Nazi.
Oh, yes, that's what I mean. I mean, literally, get out of here.
Yes.
Let's go. So you chase after
what?
Hermann Geist. Philip Shrewd is unconscious, by the way.
Let's go and see if we can sort Philip.
Yep.
Yep. Can I?
Oh,
roll,
absolutely, Felicity. Roll me a heal.
Keep thinking shooting a tank shell in his direction like that.
Well, I didn't know he was there. I wouldn't have pulled the trigger if I did.
What's your
In
healing?
fairness, it did do a rather good job of killing all the Nazis.
Get to you in a moment. That's 2. I've got a double explosion here.
Oh, nice.
Okay.
That's 14.
Okay. Very good. So a 14 is a success with 2 raises. So Philip, you're back up with 2 wounds. Gone. No, 1 wound. You've got 1 wound because 2 wounds have been removed from you, healed from you.
Yeah. That's a -1 to
Got a
everything.
head.
Yes, that's -1 to everything. So yeah, you're left with 1 wound, but you are back up and ready to go.
What happened?
Yeehaw.
Chase doesn't want to explain.
Don't worry. No time to explain. We gotta follow the Nazi. Let's go.
That's
Nazi
right.
punch. Let's go.
Yeah.
So
By
you all-
George, Philip, I think you might also be invincible.
you will chase into the masturbate, which is this. It's quite claustrophobic in there. It's dark. It's cool, which is quite pleasant because you have been in the desert for a while and none of you are used to it. And so you're rushing through on the heels of the Nazi Hermann
Reminds me of
Geist.
home.
You find a chamber where there is a glowing blue portal, and as you arrive, Hermann Geist sees you and is going to have to make. We all know it. We all know what's happening. Is going to have to make a spirit check to not monologue. Hold on. Okay, that's a 5. But it's a -2, so it's a failure. So
It's out of bennies.
Yeah, I'm out of bennies. Hermann Geist looks at you and goes, "You are smart with tank. You are smart with tank, but you are not perhaps smart enough. Because when
Are
I
we
get
still in
this-
initiative, Nick?
No. When I get this back to HQ, the Führer is going to be very happy indeed. No longer will any Nazi soldier die on the battlefield. They will rise again and fight once more. Just as these do." And he twirls the crook, and all the Nazis who died behind you start to stand up and groan as zombies and go, and you can hear it echoing down the hallways. So enjoy that, won't you? Because after all, you are trapped here. And he steps backward through the portal.
Can we not interrupt him monologuing? Is that not
Nope.
a thing?
How dare you
Alright.
interrupt someone monologuing?
Chase will fire a shot after him. But, like, it
Yeah,
won't
you
hit.
fire a shot in anger, yeah.
Yeah.
That portal is still open, and Barbara is running for it.
Let's go.
Oh yeah, I'm absolutely running in
Yeah.
it.
And your chronometers are spinning and spinning as you run for the portal. Can I have a vigor roll or athletics, actually? Can I have an athletics from everyone?
Uh-oh.
Remember, Philip and Dr. Felix, you have -1 penalties to this.
Yeah.
Oh.
Wait, actually.
Does that have a wild card with it as well, or just
Does have a wild card, yes. Yeah.
Yeah.
the wild card?
Basically,
is...
all your rolls have wild cards.
I got a 6.
6, okay, that's good. That's a success.
I
have
got
a 7.
3.
Yeah.
A 3 from Philip Shrewd. So you're
2.
lagging behind.
As we start running, can I turn around? Because I still have my gravity gloves activated.
Yeah.
Can I turn around and try and, like, collapse something that's going to block the way of all the zombies?
Oh, yeah, I love that. Give me a weird science roll.
Right.
Miss Birkensleigh, what was your roll? Sorry?
7.
7's good. That's a success.
Ooh, that's
Chase,
a
what did
4.
you get? 4?
2.
2. Ooh,
Yeah.
you're slow as well. You're wounded and
Yeah.
winded. Felicity, what did you get?
Both my dice exploded, and the result was eventually a 7.
Okay, you got to go fast. You like parkour up the wall, and, like wall jump in. Chase and Philip are slowed, but Dr. Felix Pardalis, you bring down the roof of this tunnel that you were in previously, and you hear the groaning of the zombies behind as they are crushed under that weight. And then Chase and Felix and Philip, you all dive in at the same time at the end, passing through the time portal. Well done. And you step through
No.
into a new world. But there's no sign of Geist. Thick, leafy trees shade the sun over your heads, but the air is hot and damp. A nearby hill offers a better view across a vast lake of distant stone houses of a massive city of thousands and thousands and thousands of people. Felicity, you recognize it. You've seen drawings and diagrams of it from the people who visited it before it was destroyed.
Oh.
The great Aztec city of Tenochtitlan.
Cool.
Yeah, she's just sort of staring with her giant like our eyes are basically sources at this point.
By the size of it, you reckon you're in the 15th century.
Where are we? More importantly, when are we?
15th century. What is now South America?
Going to find somewhere that's got a bit of technology. I can't work with this.
Well, I'm pretty sure we can find ourselves some premium tequila. Wash the wounds, you know?
All right, and that's where we're going to end there. Congratulations, Mobius Command.
I'm so
Killed-
annoyed. I
killed
really
some
wanted to have
Nazis.
another round so I could try and telekinesis the rod out of that guy's hand.
It
Sorry.
was worth a try, but you probably have
Yeah.
found the other guy would have resisted a lot better.
Yeah.
Because I was reading the rules, they're meant to resist with a spirit roll, and that guy is a D12 spirit caster.
So it's a spirit roll against a being, but the telekinesis would have been against the rod, right?
Ah, true. Good point. Anyway, we're going to go to the outro screen, and I shall say goodnight. So thank you, players, for joining me. You have fared wonderfully. Thank you, Rizolka, also for joining us. It's been really good to play with you as Miss Birkensleigh, and I look forward to hopefully a few more sessions with her.
It's wonderful. Brilliant.
Yeah.
Thanks,
Great
everyone. Bye.
Thanks, everyone.
Nice one.
Bye. Oh, hey, I muted myself by accident there. Thank you everyone for watching. This has been a really good session. I love this system. So huge thank you to everyone who supported us. Super Talia DX, Willow, Al Wyvern, Ben Newman, Icky Fu, Cambat, Neo Gets, 8-Bit Goggles, Craig Perfect, Crimson Hail, Summer Bean, Terran Jokes. You can get your name here at ko-fi.com/thiscursiness. Mobius Command will return with episode 3 very, very soon. Have a wonderful evening. Good night.